Today is another beautiful day. So we're done with all the gist. Let's do something serious today. Um, Last time I talked about defamation. I really just thought I should do something on this topic because of this series or the things we see going on social media where people are being slammed for saying the truth even though they are defamatory, or even if anybody feels defamed, or the fact that they turn out to be true. What does the law say? How is it being viewed under our law? So let's continue with the discussion today. The other time I did a video on defamation. I was talking about things you should look out for, things you should see, and then you know whether you're going to have a good case for a defamatory matter or not. Today, I will go a step further to actually see what publication really means. How does the law define publication? Now, a look at the criminal code. Any statement that you make in the hearing of the person who is complaining that he or she has been defamed is termed as publication. Okay, you have said something, you have made a statement, and the person who is defamed actually heard you. That is termed as publication. So, with respect to any other case or other cases, when you make something so that it can be read or so that that thing can be shown in public or um, shown in public so that any other person can read it, any other person can hear it, or even the defamed person can read it or hear it. That also qualifies as publication. Now, if it is something that is recorded, sound that is recorded, it must be something that is capable of also being reproduced. Any other person can hear it, even the defamed person can hear it. It is what a defamatory matter. And because of the life that we are now living in the cyberspace, it is very easy to circulate information as people are able to record it, download it, remix it, add one or two things. So even if it is a sign that you made that somebody can decode that sign as being referred to somebody, that is publication. So we really have to be very careful out there. Okay, so when you are able to identify all of these things, you now become more informed. You know when to restrain yourself, you know what to do, what not to do. I know that under our law, under the constitution, which is the ground norm of all norms, all laws in this country, we know that we have been given the freedom to express ourselves. But that freedom also comes with some level of restraints, okay? That you are given a freedom to express yourself does not mean that you should just say anything that you feel like you want to say. Maybe anything that pops into your head, you just want to open your mouth and vomit it out. Or any perception you have about somebody, whether they are true or not, you just think, okay, I have freedom, I'm freeborn of this country, so I can say whatever that I want to say. No, because we always say where one person's right ends, another person's own will begin from there. So, like there is always consequence for every action, for every decision that we take as human beings. Okay, so to know how far your punishment will go under the law, um it will also be necessary to look at that defamatory matter from the perspective of what intention. Because intention, like I said in my previous video, will also play a vital role in determining what level of punishment that will be given to you. That will also determine whether that thing you have published will be seen as a misdemeanor, which means an offense that a punishment cannot exceed 3 years, or it will be seen as a felony. So where it is just defamatory, it means that it is going to just be 1 year, but where it is false, you know it to be false, you still went ahead to publish it, and then it has also defamed somebody, it is still a misdemeanor. You will get like 2 years in prison. But where there is now an intention to now extort, or you are now inciting another person to do something, to benefit something, to part with something, it has now gone beyond a misdemeanor. It is now a felony, and you can have as much as 7 years imprisonment. Okay, so under our law, defamation is not a small matter. The way people just wake up on social media these days, you have said something to defamation, you have to that is why ZVL Law Essence is here. We always bring you premium legal tips to help you make informed decisions, to help you live informed life and discover the best version of yourself. We'll see you again. Bye. Well, apart from the fact that we have looked at what publication means under our criminal code when we are talking about defamatory matters, I also want to go a step further to establish the fact that what if what you are saying is true, but still defamatory? It is not an offense under law. If you're saying something, if you have made that statement for the sake of public order, public safety, public good, it is true, not false. Though defamatory, it means that there is no offense committed. So under our law, while you want to talk about defamatory matters, you want to come before the court, you want to sue somebody for defamation, you must also look at who said it and where that statement was made. Why? Because there are certain persons who actually enjoy some level of privilege under our criminal code. That is why there are some cases where defamation is absolutely privileged. You cannot question them, you can't subject such people to further explanations. No. There are also in some cases where it is privileged, conditioned. Okay, in such a cases, you also look at, so it will play a vital, when you have this information, you will know when you are bad, you will know when you don't even have to bother with instituting that proceeding for defamation in the very first instance. Okay, now apart from that, too, apart from just knowing that there is conditional privilege and there is an absolute privilege based on who is involved and how true and how fair that comment is, it is also important to know that the law has also established certain forms of defenses that somebody who has been sued can actually bring before the law, and then for the courts you can also have justification, fair comment, and then for those who innocently sell books and newspapers, the law is also very lenient towards them. Why? Because maybe they put up a defense that yes, I am not the person who actually wrote this thing. I don't even know the content of this paper. I don't know the content of this book. I did not know that so and so thing has been written about so and so person in this book, so I'm not informed. And then for an editor, like all these periodicals, like newspapers, journals, the editor or the publisher, proprietor, whoever owns it, can actually put up a defense that look, I had no knowledge, I had no idea that there was such a publication in that newspaper or in that journal. Okay, so there are quite a lot of things that we really need to get right. When we continue to learn, we get better. This is why Zivial always brings you premium legal tips to help you make informed decision, live informed life, and discover the very best version of yourself. Do have a lovely day.